We are now joined by Joseph Yesufu. Please use the raise your hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you're called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Go ahead, Andre.
Yeah, Andre Monroe with Insider Institute. What does it say about your team when you're able to battle back like that after struggling in the first half?
Perseverance. We've been doing that all year. Starters going now, Tang, Rowe, but they were still there on the baseline cheering us on, pumping us up. So my whole thing, the biggest word is perseverance with us.
Okay, Kevin Fielder.
Yeah, Kevin Fielder with fifth quarter. Joseph, when that last shot went up and it hit off the rim and went out, what was that feeling like between you guys?
Excitement. I think we won. The last time we won the NCAA tournament was on this exact day. So we're very grateful, and our glory goes to God for that.
Thank you.
John Fanta.
How would you describe? Congratulations on this great win. How would you describe your emotions as Darnell threw up that shot with the shot clock winding down?
Well, I was so happy when he threw it up. I was kind of shocked to win in, but overall I was very happy. He just had to get a stop.
When you think about it, there's 16 games tomorrow, and everybody always talks about that day in the NCAA tournament.
I didn't hear you. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, everybody often says that tomorrow is when everything really gets revved up. What's the feeling for you and your team to deliver the first moment, though? The first moment of this madness, and just can you describe that?
It definitely pumped us up. We got to get ready for a tough USC team, so this is definitely going to get us ready for it.
Thank you.
Okay, Paul Warren.
Yeah, Joseph, Roman Penn on the sideline looked animated throughout the game, pumping you guys up, yelling, screaming. I know he was doing that at the Valley tournament too. Just talk to me about what he was saying on the sidelines, how fired up he was.
Bro is my biggest mentor. When I first came here to Dre, he was constantly in my ear because he knew I could be a better player. When he was on the sideline, he was constantly encouraging me, telling me I could do anything I put my mind to. So that's big brother to me. I give all props to him. He's helped me throughout the way.
Okay, John Schaefer.
John Schaefer, WOI. Joe, walk me through that dunk in the first half there and what kind of momentum that gave your team.
Honestly, I didn't know where the ball went. I thought I missed it at first, but everybody started cheering, so that I figured that it went in. But it was a very great moment. It pumped us up as a team and energized us.
Okay, Mark Fruin.
Yeah, Joe, Mark Freund from WHO 13. Did you feel that you were in a position and maybe take it upon yourself to start taking over in the second half, given what you've learned from Roman and that you have been one of the key scorers since, Tank and Roman went down?
No, it's a collective effort. We all play roles. Mel with his big shot, DJ with his defense, amazing defense on a great player. So it was all collective. Brody rebounding, all crashing the boards. It was a collective effort, not just me.
Mike Carmen.
Hello, can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, just these last few games, seven or eight games, you've been on quite a roll. What do you think? What do you attribute to that?
Confidence. I started off the season, I was kind of unsure of myself. But as the season started going, I started getting college games under my belt. I started to get more confident, and that started with my teammate, my coach, all the coaches. So they let me know that I could, lead and do whatever.
Okay, we have time for one more question.
Yeah, Joseph, I don't know if you can hear me. Harry Schrader here. Can you just talk a little bit about the defense DJ played there on NTN all night long and just shut him down completely? DJ's been doing that for you guys for a long time now.
DJ, amazing defense, but it all started with practice with him. I see him in the gym every day, watch film with the coaches. Man, he definitely knew what he was doing today on a great player. So, and he did it with Missouri State, so it wasn't a shocker to us. I'm just really proud of him. He's a big piece of this team.
Congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you.
Joseph, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got Coach DeVries here. Coach, if you would make a quick opening statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Yeah, really excited, for our guys, our program. It was, it wasn't the prettiest game in the world, but I thought our guys, really had to, show some resiliency and hang with it in both halves. We got down double digits, and didn't have anything going offensively, but they continued to stay with it and believe in one another, and we're able to pull out, a very hard-fought game.
Okay, again, please use the raise your hand feature, and we'll call on you. Lucas Weiss.
Hi, Coach. Lucas Weiss with the Undefeated. On the broadcast, it said that it was 50 years ago to the day where Drake won its last NCAA tournament victory. I'm just curious if you could just elaborate on what this win means just for the program.
Yeah, I mean it's been a long time, and our guys knew that. It was something that getting the opportunity to be here first of all was something that these kids dream about. Coaches, we dream about it. So, and then to get a win for our program that hasn't happened in 50 years, it's really exciting. It's these guys have fought through so much, and for them to be the ones that were able to get us one, I think is really deserving.
Yeah, Coach, I don't know if you can hear me. Adam Rittenberg with ESPN. Just wanted to ask you again about the resiliency. What's kind of stood out about your guys' path, getting into this tournament, being unsure, and then, you went almost 10 minutes without a field goal in the first half. What stood out to you, just your group's path to this point?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, when you look at it, we got off to a great start on the year. We're 14-0, and then we had to go through a 3-week COVID pause. And I know other teams in the country have had to, go through similar things. But, that was hard. That was a hard thing for our guys to do. And then you lose, 2 first-team All-League guys, Roman Penn and Shaquan Hemphill after that. And, we had to play 14 games in the last 33 days of the season. So these guys have really had to battle and fight through adversity to play their way into the tournament. And so this opportunity isn't taken lightly by any of us. All year they've battled back from deficits, and today was no different. We continue to challenge them that they've been here before, and just to stay with it, trust each other, and they did that. And we were able to close out both halves, got our offense going, and that's they continued to get stops while we were struggling. So just a heck of an effort by the guys.
Okay, Mark Emmett.
Yeah, Derek, what did you tell your guys in this time?
Sorry, Mark, I missed that. I didn't hear you, Mark.
Sorry, Darren. What did you tell your guys during those timeouts when the offense just wasn't clicking? It didn't look like you guys were themselves out there. How did you get them kind of to stay in the game?
Yeah, we just thought the ball was sticking a little bit. We weren't getting it side to side enough, throughout the game. We wanted to get some interior touches as well, but most importantly was just getting the ball moving. Where we could get them out of a set defense where they were having to chase us a little bit, and then it helped. We started knocking down a few shots to loosen it up as well. But as long as they, in our timeouts, the whole focus was really more on our defense, like. Just keep guarding to keep us in this because we'll break free at some point. You just got to trust it, and we got enough stops to not let it get out of reach. I thought that was maybe the biggest key of the game was just our ability to stay within, striking distance.
All right, Mark Fruin.
Hey, Darren, Mark from the WHO. Trammell and Joe, the fortitude maybe to knock down some huge shots. What did you think about those two down the stretch?
Yeah, I thought they were both awesome offensively. They both made big plays. Again, when we didn't have much going. We didn't have any rhythm to really anything we were doing the whole night. So, for them to step up and make a couple big shots there down the stretch, was awesome. And them to have the confidence to do it, I think says a lot about them and their belief in themselves and one another.
All right, Andrea Monroe.
Yeah, Andre Monroe with. Yeah, I'm sorry. Andre Monroe with the Insider Institute. Your team struggled in the first half. What was the message? Do you have a specific message to the team going into the second half?
Yeah, it was the same thing. Just keep guarding. We were able to get it back to basically 1 point game. Basically a tie game at halftime, and it was 21-20. So defensively, we were doing some really good things, and Wichita State presents a lot of problems at that end, and their ability to go crash the offensive glass. So I thought we were hanging in there the way we needed to, but Wichita State's they're good defensively, and their length bothered us at times at the rim, and we needed to adjust to that a little bit and kick it out a little bit more. And I thought the second half we were able to get more of that, especially that last 7-8 minutes.
Okay, Ryan Young. Ryan, are you there? Okay, John Fanta.
Hey, Coach John Fanta, College Hoops Digest. Congratulations on the win. For Darnell to just specifically on him to battle through that foul trouble. Obviously, that's a tightrope down the stretch in a game. Just what's it say to you that he can come back in with the 4 fouls and play in the level physically that he played and come up big on the offensive end?
Yeah, he did a great job. And that was a tough matchup for him, especially with 4 fouls. He had to, that was a physical game, down in the blocks, and he made some huge plays. Made a huge shot to the 15-footer there late in the game, but had a big rebound. Really challenged some things at the rim. So his ability to not foul and stay in that game, was really critical for us to come away with the win.
Harry Schroeder.
Hey, Darren, 2 quick ones. DJ's defense on NTN I thought was a difference in the game. And then Tank didn't play much in the second half. How did you feel like he's survived tonight?
Yeah, DJ's our best defender. He has been all year. He's dynamite at that end. He's so focused defensively. He understands, where guys are trying to get to. He beats them to spots. And his defensive effort tonight was awesome. He held one of the best players in the country to 1 point. I thought he was sensational. And can't say enough good things about the effort that he put forth in that game. And then Tank, he could have came back in that second half. I just, felt like going into the game, we wanted to keep him on a minute restriction, and I didn't want to push that. Obviously his health and safety is my number one priority, and even though he wanted to go back in, I just didn't feel like we wanted to do that time. So we'll let him rest tomorrow, and then we'll see how he feels on Saturday, on his availability and how much he feels like he can play if he can.
Okay, there's no more hands up. Do we have any further questions for Coach? 1 second, Coach.
Oh, sorry.
Oren?
Yeah, just to follow up on Tank. Did you kind of have a wonder going into the game what you were going to see from him, or were you when he went out there pretty confident what he was going to be able to do?
No, we weren't really sure. I mean, we've been pretty cautious with him, trying to get him to this point. So we hadn't pushed him a lot in practice. We've been, trying to take it as easy as we can, and let him kind of tell us, how he's felt, leading up to today. And then I told him going into the game, if you get out there and you don't feel like you can go and stuff, you just got to tell me so I can get you out. So we weren't really sure. I told him he just had to be honest with me, when he gets out there, how he feels, and we'll, base it off of that, with the trainers and him, and determine how much he would play and things. But he felt pretty good in the first half. I think it just, when he got to halftime and things, it started to stiffen up on him. And so we wanted to be a little more cautious that second half.
Okay, Coach, we've got time for one last question. If nobody has anything else, I just wanted to ask you what it means to advance to the second round, or to the first round, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're super excited. I mean, it's something we haven't done here in our program in a long, long time. So, excited for our guys, excited for the program, excited for, our university, the city of Des Moines. So we're thankful to be moving on, grateful for the opportunity, and can't wait to get back out there.
Thank you, Coach, for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
That's it for
You want me to take the mask off?
Okay, everyone, thank you for participating today. We will begin with an opening statement from Coach Brown in just a moment, and then go to your questions. Use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question, and when you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Brown, please give a brief opening statement, and then we will get to questions.
I want to give Drake all the credit. They played great tonight. They defended at a high level. We were only able to get 52 points. I thought we defended at a high level as well, holding them to 53. I thought the key to the game was we missed free throws. We probably missed 8 to 10 free throws. We didn't do a good job of sticking our landing on rebounds. Like, we would check them out. We would have a good stop, and all of a sudden the ball would bounce out of bounds, and it'll be their ball. So that happened 8 to 10 times. We tried to keep going to our big boy inside. He did a great job scoring it tonight. They did a great job on Tyson, just basically like a boxing one, not allowing him to get the ball. But I give them all the credit. They play well.
All right, thank you, Coach. Now we'll go to questions from the media. Again, use the raise hand function to indicate you have a question and state your name and affiliation as you ask it. Our first question comes from Jacob Albrecht. Jacob, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Coach, that's obviously a tough way to lose, but how quickly can you get in these guys' ears to try to look back on how proud of them you are and what they were able to achieve in an improbable year?
I already did it. I went to the locker room and I didn't even talk about the game. I said, man, I'm so proud of you guys. You guys were picked 7. You won the AAC. You're one of 68 teams to make it to the conference tournament. Just proud of you. What I would like you guys to do is continue to do the right things on and off the court. Take care of your academics. Give a week off, maybe 2 weeks. When we come back, time to get bigger and stronger, get better on the basketball floor, and get ready for next year. So I just told him I was proud of him. Great effort. We just didn't get it done tonight.
All right, our next question comes from Reese Becker. Reese, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hey, Coach. I know today didn't turn out the way you wanted to, but what do you think of being part of a really historic night in NCAA tournament history?
I couldn't hear you. Say that again.
I said, Coach, I know today didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but what do you think about being part of a really historic night in NCAA tournament history?
Oh, I'm excited about that, being a part of a historic history in the NCAA tournament.
All right, thank you. Our next question comes from Chris Lilly. Chris, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hey, Coach, just what was Drake able to do to kind of limit, obviously, Tyson Etienne? He only had 1 point, and what was the frustrations there?
They did a good job of staying with him. He missed a couple shots. We didn't do a good job of getting him open, but we went inside to our big boy. I think the problem was in the game, again, we missed the free throws, and we didn't get those rebounds when we needed to. They did a great job on Tyson, slowing him down, but Tyson also did a great job on their 2-guard. You know, that was the difference in the game.
Our next question comes from Taylor Eldridge. Taylor, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, Coach. I mean, we've talked about the free throws and defensive rebounding recently. Does that just make it even more frustrating that those things are ultimately what ended the season?
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that too. It was the free throws. We didn't do a good job making free throws. And it wasn't that we wasn't rebounding. We would get the rebound, would get bumped a little bit. They were the more physical team, and the ball would go out of bounds on us. But we didn't do a good job of that. I know we had to give up at least 8 of them like that. And when you give up second possessions like that, the team usually makes a basket, and they did. They did a good job.
Okay, our next question from Danny Barletta. Danny, unmute yourself. Thank you.
Hey, Coach. Obviously, Altariq missed that final shot. He's had quite a college career. Just what has he meant to your program this year?
He's meant everything to me. The fact that, you know, the kid transferred from UConn, he had never made it to postseason for the most part. He was injured. This has been the first year that he's played in every game. He took care of his body. He did a great job, and he made my life easier. Anytime you got a point guard that can get the ball up the floor, get you into every set, it makes the head coach's life easy. And he did a great job of getting us in everything. He ran the basketball team. He scored when he needed to. He had a positive attitude, and he was a leader in the locker room. So I'm really excited about having him here this year, and I'm just so thankful to have him for this year.
Our next question comes again from Taylor Eldridge. Taylor, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, and you mentioned Mo. You know, just how key was he down low? What allowed him to have so much success? You know, career high for him.
You know, Morris can score the basketball, and at the end of the game, you know, I like to go dribble drive, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure we were executing and getting the ball to a guy that could score it. And every time we threw it in there, he scored it. It's just, you know, our entire team, we didn't make free throws like we needed to. We would get up 11 points in the first half, miss a couple free throws. Second half, it was the same thing. I think we got up 11 in the second half. We just didn't do a good job of rebounding and making free throws.
Next question comes from Chris Lilly. Chris, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, Coach, you kind of mentioned it there. Does it sting a little more knowing that you guys did build up those 2 double-digit leads in each half, and it seemed like you guys played pretty well for 30-plus minutes but ended up losing? Does that sting a little more? Yeah, we kept letting them hang around. You know, in the first half, we got up 11. I think we had a couple turnovers, and they made a few shots. You know, even though we went into the half with a 1-point lead, we came out the second half. We put the first half behind us. We got a 10, 11-point lead in the second half, and we just didn't do a good job. You know, they stepped up. They made some threes. They hit some timely baskets, and they were the better team tonight.
All right, our next question from Jacob Albrecht. Jacob?
Coach, I don't know if you have any insight to the future of the seniors with the oddity of the year, but you guys will have a lot coming back either way. Do you know what the seniors are thinking right now? And even with that or without it, how excited are you to have so much youth and so much coming back next year?
I'm excited about our team coming back next year. Another year to work with them, another year to get better. You know, next year we can concentrate on getting bigger and stronger. And in the summertime, we don't have to work on all our sets because now they know them. So we can do a lot of skill development where guys can get better and better, you know, dribbling with their left hand, dribbling with their right. A guy that may not be a great shooter, now during the summertime, he can work to become a better shooter. You know, I welcome our seniors back, but, you know, again, those kids, you know, they want to go play professional ball. I hope they get the opportunity to do that. If they want to come back, they're more than welcome. But if they decide to leave, we just got to go out and recruit, you know, 2 good players. And we got a lot of guys, you know, that we've been following and chasing this year. But we welcome them back, and I want them back. And that's just, we'll sit down and talk to them, you know, when we get back. We'll give them a week off, and we'll sit back and talk to them after that.
All right, next coach, question from Taylor Eldridge.
Second straight game where, you know, you guys have a shot in the air that would have won it, you know, second straight with Tariq. What was going through your head this time, you know, when he got that shot off?
Well, you know, the last time we was in this same situation, Morris Udeze rebounded and threw it to Dexter. So this time I told Dexter to get long, to get at the top of the free throw line. And when the ball is shot and we secure the rebound, I want you to sprint and get your feet set. I wanted Tariq and Tyson to get at each elbow at the free throw line. Whichever side it came off on, I wanted you to sprint up the court, they advance it to you, and we try to get to the rim as quickly as possible. We took a jump shot. They defended it well, just didn't make it. I mean, we had to get it up.
Time for one final question for Coach. Anyone? All right, Taylor, go ahead. Final question for Coach Brown. There we go, Taylor.
All right, on defense, you know, obviously you guys did a good job of them. What do you feel like once they got going a little, you know, later in the game, they had the string of 3-pointers? What was the difference there? What were you guys doing a good job of, and then what kind of changed down the stretch?
He just stepped up and made shots. You know, we got in the little point guard, started driving it. We had to help a little bit more, and all of a sudden, Hemp Hill, he made some shots. Every time they kicked it to him, he stepped up and made a shot. You know, we missed a couple layups. They go down, he hit a tough 3. So give them all the credit. Those kids stepped up, made some big shots. We came up a little short tonight.
All right, thank you, Coach. Congratulations on a fine season.
All right.
We'll be joined momentarily by Morris Udeze. You can go ahead and use this time to raise or lower your hand if you have questions for Morris. Okay, we are now joined by Morris Udeze, and we'll begin our press conference. Again, use your raise hand function to indicate you'd like to ask him a question. When you're called for your question, state your name, please. We'll start with Chris Lilly.
Yeah, Morris, it's Chris Lilly with Cake TV. Just what was working for you today? Obviously, you were good, had a solid game. Just what was working for you today?
I feel like we're just prepared. I've been preparing for this moment my whole life, and I just executed. And I just want to thank Coach for calling the plays for me, which he executed.
All right, our next question comes from Taylor Eldridge. Taylor, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Yeah, Mo, and obviously just you know, a devastating.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Sorry, Taylor, I cut you off. Go ahead and repeat that.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I mean, obviously a devastating ending. You know, second straight game now where, you know, you guys had a shot at the end to win it. You said last week, you know, you felt like that shot by AG was going in. tonight. Did you get the same feeling, or what was kind of your feeling when that shot was in the air?
Honestly, felt like he was gonna make the shot. We go over and practice all the time, late game situations, and I just prayed to win in. And same situation came out. Missed.
All right, our next question is from Jacob Albrecht.
Mo, I know it's tough in that locker room right now, but do you guys take a moment to be proud of what you were able to accomplish this year, or what's that emotional roller coaster like for you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm just as one of the leaders as one of the leaders of the team, just telling the guys that this offseason gonna be hectic. We're gonna go at it, and we're gonna be here next year again.
All right, any additional questions for Morris? All right, let's go with Chris Lilly.
Morris, does this one sting maybe a little more knowing that you guys did have that double-digit lead in both halves and just weren't able to close out each half?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like we had him in the first half by 10, second half again, and Drake just kept on just making runs and hitting threes on us. So give credit to them, hitting shots. I mean, it happens.
Okay, we'll go back now to Taylor Eldridge.
And do you feel like this game, I mean, it looked like when you got the ball, I mean, you just had that confidence. I mean, you've had stretches of that this season, but do you feel like, you know, at points in this game, this is the most confident you've ever been?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like my teammates, my coaches had faith in me, kept on giving me the ball. I just tried to execute whatever was given, and it happened in my favor today. Just want to thank God, my coaching staff, my teammates.
Next question from Jacob Albrecht.
Mo, what do you think you'll remember most about this season?
I feel like I'm going to remember just us coming together, AG, T-Wade's last year. We just wanted to go out with a bang, make the NCAA tournament for them. It was AG's first time, T-Wade's first time, and we did it. We accomplished what we wanted to accomplish, but we tried to make it far in this tournament. Didn't succeed, but we won a regular season championship, and I'm just proud of my guys back there in the locker room, no matter what.
Any additional questions for Morris? All right, Morris, congratulations on a great game and a fine season.
Appreciate it.
That is it for our post-game press conference. A transcript of Coach's interview will be provided by ASAP Sports and posted along with a recording of this press conference on the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you for joining us.